Hey, folks, welcome to another cool edition of What's Going On the Experience here on Fox Sports 1280 and iHeartMedia. Here we are in upstate New York and Rochester, all points north, south, east, and west. And I got my man Ryan Guy with me today. Greg is playing golf. That's all our brother does is play golf. Play
It's
golf.
the career after the
It's,
career,
it's
man.
a, when you're rich, you play golf and you ride horses. This is what
When
you
you play,
do. You-
and when you play baseball,
when
it
you play
goes hand
baseball.
in hand, man. That swing,
But
you
but
get a
then
lot
we
of
got
practice.
but then we got another guy who plays football and go to law school. So I guess when you're rich, you play football and you go to law school. Okay. Well, hey man, welcome to the show. Ray Ray Davison playing the NFL with the Kansas City Chiefs. He's our new NFL correspondent, our new analyst. Ray Ray, welcome to What's Going On the Experience.
I appreciate y'all having me. I'm so excited. I don't know about Rich. We got a lot of law school debt,
I'm
but
only
I'll do what I can.
You gotta get back. I was gonna say you better start taking some reps out there. Pay
Right.
back that law
Something.
school money.
Oh man. So man, wait, like I said, welcome to the show, man. If the listening audience aren't familiar with you, tell them your
Yeah, thank you.
football
Thank you.
background, because you're another cat from the West Coast, which
Right.
is the best coast. But the East Coast is the Beast Coast. I mean, let's
Okay.
just
I
let me
like
get
that.
throw that out there.
Yeah, I
All
like
right,
that. I like
you know.
that.
So because Greg is from Sacramento, what part of Cali you from?
I'm from born and raised in Los Angeles. Yeah.
Okay. So
Probably
tell
about
us your
yeah.
football journey.
Yeah, so I local kid, like I said, grew up in Los Angeles. I went to actually an all boys Catholic school down in Encino.
Right on, all
Yeah.
boys, D. Will Clinton in the Bronx.
Yeah. It's called Crespi Carmelite, and it was a great experience. I got to really learn how to just become the man that I am today, and
Yep.
was fortunate enough to got a couple Division One offers, and went from there. I went to UC Berkeley in the Bay Area, not too far from Sacramento. Enjoyed my time there. Spent 5 long years. It was 5 long years, but I enjoyed them. And then was fortunate enough I went undrafted to the Kansas City Chiefs in 2018, play linebacker.
Okay,
Wow,
so you
what
made
a
the
team to be
team in
undrafted.
2018, right, Ryan? So right, he made the team in 2018, right? So tell us about after 2018.
Yeah, so after 2018, I actually was on the practice squad, and so when I, was going through it was an amazing experience. Watching Patrick Mahomes and Sammy Watkins and Tyreek Hill and Kareem Hunt and Travis
Mm,
Kelce and all these Justin Houston, Eric Berry. You have just some of the
mm,
greatest, players that have touched the gridiron, and it was you got to see both sides of the NFL. Is that
mm.
it's very much so a business, but you also got to see, why they have so much fun, right?
Okay.
So, um, I look back on those times and I'm really appreciative for just the opportunity and even some of the struggles and adversity.
I gotta ask, what was it like playing for Coach Andy Reid?
You know what? He's actually from where I grew up. He's from Granada Hills area.
Mm,
He even told me he dated one of the girls that went to the Granada Hills High School. So he knew exactly where my parents lived.
mm.
He's really just he's one of the all-time greats, obviously. But what I really admired about him is that, you know, he was always about his business. He wasn't ever going to disrespect you, and he demanded excellence every time you stepped into the facility. And
Mm.
so I mean, I can't say much more. Like I can any more about him. He's one of the greatest for. There's no question he's one of the greatest.
So as you got a chance not to tackle Patrick Mahomes because they wouldn't let you tackle his behind.
Absolutely not.
Because I
That's how you
because
get
I
you
could
home.
just see like okay, Ray Ray, you're getting a little too close, home skillet. Will it
Yeah.
back the f up, folks? Back up, back up. So
Totally.
how was that whole ethos, man? Just Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelsey, because you have to go against Travis, in
Yeah.
practice. He's coming out of the backfield, and you got to make
Absolutely.
sure you get past that block. So how was that?
You know what? It again, you see why they're so great. The attention to detail, just the way that we practice. And back to Andy Reid, and it all relates to Patrick Holmes and Travis Kelsey. We practice hard. And a
Mm,
lot of people don't know. I mean, at least when I was going, like Kansas City, we for training camp, we go out in the middle of nowhere in Missouri. We don't have camp in Kansas City. We go out, I forget the school, like Western Missouri or something like that, and it's hot. We have camp for 3 hours and we're just grinding. And that's it's like preparing you for the season when it's hot or when it's cold or when you've gone on a 15 play drive, like finish the drive. And that's what you see when you get to Kansas City. They're not just sipping water, just
Mm.
everyone else do it. They're literally the ones that are grinding, doing all the work.
Now, what you major in college?
So I definitely majored in legal studies, and I missed my music minor by like 4 classes. So I always tell people that I wanted to
Music,
finish
huh?
it. Yeah, little. I should have. I always wanted to be a rock star, but obviously that didn't work
Oh,
out.
come
But
on, player. What
yeah,
instrument do you play?
so I grew up playing violin, but along the way
Ooh.
I learned how to play a little bit of piano, a little bit of guitar, and that's really what I wanted to do. I just I wasn't
So
cold
switching
enough.
to the music thing right quick. When you were
Yeah.
growing up, did you, because you said violin, right? Because I
Yes.
have 2 daughters, and one of the first things, my oldest daughter, we took her to a place called Hotstyle School of Music, and the first instrument they gave was a violin, because
Right.
the violin teaches you the Suzuki method. And the Suzuki method is you play by ear. You don't
Right.
play by, and I suspect you probably did that because that was the first
Yeah.
thing to introduce you to, and then you go into other. I'm sorry to insert some of my stuff, but I could just tell, because when I talked to
No,
Ryan,
no, no. You're right
I knew it
on.
was a
You're dead
vibe
on.
there from the very, very beginning, just in terms of how
That's
he
a
was
real
raised.
renaissance, man.
Yeah.
What gets my attention is you said all boys high school, no
Tell it.
distractions.
Yeah.
You
Zero.
don't have the distractions. You
Zero.
can actually learn how to play the violin and
Right.
become an NFL player
Right.
and a
Absolutely.
lawyer when you're done with that. Let
Yeah.
that be a testament. Wow.
I
Man.
definitely credit my high school experience. Obviously it's all boys, so we get a little rowdy and you're
But
gonna
up the
be
block is the ladies,
yeah,
though. You just, when you get out, just
100%. They would fill the school. As soon as the bell rung, they filled our school. So that's
that's what
why
I'm
I mean
just.
I
So
Okay.
it wasn't. It was just that
yeah,
I guess they were,
classroom
yeah.
environment that you needed, that concentration
exactly.
partner.
But that's hard. That's what I'm
Absolutely.
saying. In class, I mean, half the time you're looking around, when
Right.
you're a
You're
kid, you don't know.
distracted. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a
So it
distraction, man.
was
It truly
it
is.
was the best move for sure.
But so do you still play the violin?
I still have it in the house. I don't play as much as I should, but I've taken it out a couple times. And just to your point, it it really is about your ear. And I think that was really what my teacher saw is, I sing a little bit at church. I'm not, I don't claim to be this prolific singer, but it's really my ability to hear and to know, oh, that might be a little flat, that might be a little sharp, and making those quick changes on the fly. And she's like, yeah, Raymond, you have a good ear. And, like, how to properly hold the violin and
Mhm.
what I'm listening for. So that's really, it kind of started my musical journey.
But that's what I'm saying. That, see, the
Yeah.
Japanese Suzuki method has been around for a very long time. Like I said, you're talking like 40 years ago, because Khadija be 47. I'm keeping it a buck. I'm 70. So I remember
That's
taking her to
impressive.
class, and then they had a thing called off, right? Because she was like 3, 4. She had a concert at 5 playing the violin. I'm like, yo, this is, but she never, it's funny because kids who play the violin go to the piano. So she
Right.
goes to the piano, mess around with that. And then I'm trying to get inside. Can we go on tour? She's like, Dad, come on, player. I mean, that was your dream. I'm like,
Right.
damn, sorry. And then I try to throw a bass on my younger daughter. She's like, Dad, I'm not boogie boogie oogie, taste the honey. These are all your dreams, buddy. I'm like, damn it, I
You
couldn't
tried.
get
Yeah.
something. So
Great
Ryan, I'm
effort.
gonna have to live through you and through my man Ray Ray's kids. One of y'all got to do
Yeah.
something for Uncle Nate. Like, hey, that's Uncle Nate in the corner. He's 92. Shout him out. Okay,
I'm gonna do
Ryan.
my best. I'm gonna do
Oh
my
yeah.
best.
I will. And I have my kids going hard too for us to keep the cycle going. I'm
Come
forcing
on,
everything on
man.
them. I didn't
Got
realize
to.
violin's the move. Violin does make the most sense. I thought it would be piano, but the
No,
natural progression would be violin to piano because you
violin.
get the ear for it and then the eye for it
Right.
because you can visualize it with the
And then
piano.
after you
Right.
learn, am I right, Ray Ray? Then you go to the notes. Because once you
Right.
hear it, then you could go to the A, the
Mm.
B, and the F. And then you find it quicker.
Right. And you know what? Even with just some of my experience with, my vocal training, that's something that I've learned. A lot of people, at least they make the claim everyone can sing, right? It's if you can talk, you can sing. That's what they say. But it's your ability to hear. That's what allows you, to stay on pitch and, to do the certain runs. And so I think that, like you guys have been saying, that's really the natural progression. Violin, piano, and then whatever else, play a little bass.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, spot
Hey
on.
man, hey listen man, we having fun with my man Ray Ray. He's our new correspondent, Ray Ray Davison, out of Cali, and he's going to be giving us the breakdown on NFL and what's happening in the going. So before we go to a quick break, you also played in the XFL. You said USFL.
Yes. And so I was actually in Dallas. We were right next to Ranger Field. That's where we
Okay.
played with Bob Stoops, Big Bob, Bad Stoops, and awesome coach. And we, unfortunately, again, because of COVID, we only got in, I think, about 5 games. But I loved it in Dallas. I see why they, what's the saying? You don't have to tell, or somebody from Texas, you don't have to guess if they're from Texas. They'll let you know, right?
A shame Vince McMahon. If Vince McMahon owned XFL, you'd be out there in COVID.
Right, for sure. And,
Get out there and take the field.
Yeah,
You see what
literally.
he does WWF or WWE, whatever it is.
100%. 100%.
Hey, man, we're going to take a quick break. And when we come back,
Okay.
Ray Ray is going to help us break down the NFL draft, what the Jets are doing, what the Bills are doing, what the Giants are doing. We also going to take a peek into the new NFL scandal. I don't know.
I'm not bothered about that one.
I know, Ryan. I'm gonna let you take that one.
Oh, please. Look,
we're gonna talk some baseball and we're gonna talk some basketball because I'm telling you, I don't know, but the fat lady might be warming up for the Knicks. And you know I'm a Knicks.
Unfortunately.
And Ryan, you know I'm a Knicks. So the fat lady might be me. We'll be right back. Fox Sports 1280. Got Ray, got Rye Guy. Don't go no place. Hey, folks, welcome back to another edition of What's Going On in the Experience here on Fox Sports 1280, Rochester, New York, and iHeartMedia. And I got my man, Rye Guy, down in the Hamptons. And we got a new guy with us, Mr. Ray Ray Davison, former NFL ball player. And before we get to our next segment, hey, I just want to shout out today, April 22nd, if you're listening to us, head out to the Dryden Theater at 2:30 and check out the Ebony Canal. It's a film regarding birth rates in America. It's going to be narrated none other by Miss Viola Davis. So you'll go check that out. That's going to be today. And also Monday, if you get a chance, you still like the theater, there's going to be a film called The Last Meal at the Little Theater. And that's over at 240 East Avenue. Matter of fact, the Ebony Canal is over at 900 East Avenue. Little 240 East Avenue. And they're going to be showing a film called The Last Meal. It's about a guy who's dying, an old head, but then he reflects back on the Papa Doc and Baby Doc DeVal regime. If you know anything about that, fellas, you'll know about that's the Haitian dictator. Fellas, from back in the day, Ray Ray. I don't know if you ever heard about the Duvals, but it was pretty brutal. That film is on Monday. Go check that out. Okay. And one other thing I want to tell you, if you love the World Cup, who loves the World Cup? The World Cup is going to be all over the daggone place in America starting in June. And guess what? If you need transportation to the World Cup, I'm your man already with a tan. And I got your transportation for you. That's right. It's going to be leaving to MetLife Stadium during the World Cup. And the days are going to be June 13th, June 22nd, June 25th, June 27th, June 30th, and July 5th, and July 19th. Now, here's the caveat. You're going to pick your transportation up at Mount Vernon. So you're going to take the Metro North to Mount Vernon, go drive the car to Mount Vernon. You pick the van up there, and we're going to go right to, and I got to talk to Tommy about this, Ryan, because I know Savvy's just going to have some kind of tailgating going on because it's the America Mall. And the America Mall is going to be happening. So you're going to walk 15 minutes from the America Mall to MetLife Stadium. So next week, I'm going to give you the phone number to call the transportation company and everything because they're taking bookings now. If you know anything about New York City, they're going to try to charge you arm and a leg. And Ryan, you know what I'm saying to you, all over the country. But this company that you're going to be hooked up with, I know personally. They're going to take care of you. Okay? NBJ Transportation. It ain't me, but it so happen to be my initials, but it ain't me. They're going to take care of you personally. So when the situation comes up, we got you for the World Cup. All right? And there's going to be some serious games, Ray. I mean, you got Brazil in the building, Ryan. You got New England. You got Mexico.
It's World War III. It's actually World War III in real life, pretty much. So, I mean, you look at these face-offs, and it's scary seeing some of these countries versus each other now. U.S. versus China. I mean, I feel like on edge just thinking about it.
But I'm saying to you, man, everybody wants to come to the Cup. Do you know how much tickets are, Ryan? Ray?
I'm sure they're
$1,500.
Yeah,
so if you're gonna pay $1,500, you can't afford to pay another $800 transportation. That's where we come in.
Who the hell can afford that?
Break.
Who likes soccer that much in this country that they're paying $1,500 to
go
to the World Cup? That's crazy.
Tell him.
But anyway, go to our sponsor, SavvySeats.com, and buy the $1,500 ticket.
Go to Savvy. Go to Tommy. He's going to give you a break, but he can't give you a crazy break because that's what they're going for, dude.
All this talk just to avoid the inevitable collapse of Nate's favorite basketball team perfectly around the same time of year that it always happens.
I tried to switch to the World Cup. I tried, but hey, okay. Let's break down the Knicks, because that's what I know you want to do to me. The Knicks are right now 2-1. It ain't over yet. It's 2-1.
Far from over.
It's far from over.
To make you feel better before we get into it, I still think the Knicks could pull this off.
No. Right. I believe they can pull it off too. But here's a caveat, Ray and Ryan, for me, right? And Ryan, I've been saying this since the Knicks got Jalen Brunson. And I'm not a hater, but he is not a pass-first point guard. Absolutely. That's not his mentality.
Right.
It never has been. Because he likes to shoot, and he's pretty good at it, darn good at it, he's going to shoot first. Just like Steph Curry ain't a pass point. He ain't a pass-first point guard.
Passes more than my man Jalen Brunson.
But what I'm saying to you is this, right? Jalen doesn't know how to get his teammates involved in the latter parts of the game.
Right.
The latter parts of the game, one thing about Michael Jordan, one thing about all the greats, right? Magic Johnson, they knew when to get Steve Kerr the damn basketball, and Steve Kerr better not miss.
Right.
They knew when to get John Paxson the ball, or Craig Hodges back in the day. And they wasn't gonna miss. Or Big Bob, right? Big Bob from the Houston. Right. Jalen don't trust his teammates like that yet.
Well, why would you? When you have Miles Bridges.
No, I'm not talking
arguably.
No. What
I know Carl Anthony Towns. Let's keep going. Yeah, Carl Anthony Towns.
Do?
Okay.
Wait, what did Deuce do? Yeah. What did Carl do? They don't play the two-man game with Cat. At the end of the game, Cat needs the ball in his hands, not Jalen. He's a big man. Can't nobody stop his big behind.
For what is what, Jalen's the most clutch player, at least according to the award, in the NBA. What? How many years has he won that thing? Like twice?
I'm not denying that. Ray, help me out. You're a team guy. You know what I'm saying? I'm not denying he's not a clutch player. I'm saying in spots in the game, Alexander Walker was like a stripper for him. He was stripping the ball every damn time he came down. It was like he was taking off his damn jock strap every damn time. Give me the ball. So if you look at that, and then they was conversion on him on the sidelines. If you watch the whole game, they knew the ball was coming to Jalen. That's the coach saying, okay, you're going to be a decoy, bro. We ain't getting you the ball, but you're going to be a decoy. I got to rely upon somebody else to shoot this three today, not you. Between the coach and him, and he got to say it too, coach, make me the decoy. You got to say it because they on you like white on rice.
So what you say is it fair to say that Jalen Brunson is not a number one option on an NBA championship team?
Put it this way. He's 1A, 1B. He can't be the only option. Help me out, Ray Ray. He can't be.
Yeah. I mean, I think the issue is Jalen's dang near going for 30 a game. And I think, he has so many, to your point, I think he needs to trust his teammates. He has too much talent on his team. Cat, Josh Hart, even I know Jordan Clarkson's old, but he's still got a little bit of game. He does, you know what I mean? And I think his team, he needs to trust his teammates, like you said, towards the end of the game and not feel the need, even though he is the man. I'm not going to lie to you, Nate. I probably would rather have Jalen Brunson have the ball in his hand than Cat. Just because, I don't know, Cat, he always does something to make me mad.
It's so painful.
So if you're in the game, Ryan, with Landry Shamu, who I call Shamu gonna hit a jumper.
Yeah. Is he though?
The only thing that bailed the Knicks out last game, and they almost won, was those last two jumpers that OG hit, and he barely got the ball with 3 seconds left. That's the point I'm saying to you. Yeah. You dribble the ball with 20 seconds, and then you pass with 4 seconds left in the clock. That's not efficient and proficient basketball. It really isn't. And then you get caught up trying to do the little thingy thing with your left hand. And my man Alexander Walker, he got him. He know he gonna go to the left. He gonna put that ball down and strip him every single time. Yeah. And they're gonna double team him and triple team him on the sideline. He's got to be a smarter basketball player. And I think today when they play. That's when our show goes on. I think he'll play a better, more smarter game. And then Mike Brown, they got a kid on that team, Ray Ray. I call him Cool Mo D. It's Duarte, Muhammad Duarte. That boy is a bootleg Pasquale Siakam. I'm telling you what I know.
I'm not mad at that.
He is a Bam Adebayo break off. I'm telling you, he's gonna be the next superstar. And if you give this kid some light, because you've been playing him all season,
right?
He's long. He's 6'8", 6'9". He a Frenchman. Yo, the boy can hoop.
Yeah, I agree.
You know what I'm looking at now? I'm looking at a team that misses Tom Thibodeau. I'm looking at a team that, everyone gives Thibodeau so much grief about his playing these guys too much, the starters so much. But I feel like if the starters played more minutes in the last 2 games, they would have won those games. Right. I think that if Coach Brown wants to take a page out of Thibodeau's book last night, hopefully he took a page out of Thibodeau's book for the sake of the Knicks. But I think that's going to be what we need to see. I feel like, I don't think that this collapse and the failures of the Knicks really lie on the shoulders of Mike Brown, but Mike Brown has to allocate the minutes better. He just does, and put more minutes and more responsibility in those guys' hands. And like you said, it's tough to just give Cat or anybody else the ball at the last second. Miles Bridges, how do you trade so many first-round picks? That might be the absolute worst trade in the history of the New York Knicks.
0 points.
He's got to be the 5th option on that team. So Absolutely. It is an utter disaster. And I will ask you this because we do have to go to a break, but if you guys are James Dolan and they sent home Thibodeau packed in with all that money, are you going to fire Coach Brown if it's a first-round exit?
They're not going to fire Coach Brown. This is what's going to happen.
Yeah.
This is what's going to happen. Because I don't think they're going to get the chip. So let's just put them. If they do, I'll be surprised. So here's what's going to happen. They're going to get Giannis. They're going to either trade. Because here's what the deal is. Now, remember, Minnesota's doing very well with Randall and DiVincenzo.
Yeah.
They just beat up on whoever they just beat up on Denver, and they look like they got Denver's heart. You never know.
Right.
So, and then you got my man, what's the dude name? The big guy we used to have for the Knicks playing for the Thunder. What's my boy name?
Hartenstein.
So you got 3 Knicks playing a hell of a lot better than present Knicks. Right. Keep that real. So now what they're gonna do is this. So what they're gonna do, that's what I think Knicks gonna do. They're gonna package a deal with probably Cat, if not Cat, because they like him. They're gonna do what's that dude name? Mitchell Robinson. They're gonna definitely get rid of Bridges.
Yeah.
No first-round picks. They're not trading any first-round picks.
I'm saying, but this is what they're gonna want. And if I'm Milwaukee, I want Duarte. You're going to give me Mo. Because you're going to give me him or you're going to give me Deuce. You're going to give me somebody that's going to anchor my new guys when they're coming in with my draft choices. And if I take Mitchell Robinson, and if I take Bridges, or Cat, I'll deal with Giannis. Now, the only thing with Giannis, I think Giannis might have to make Brunson defer to him. It's the only thing that would have to happen.
Yeah. I think, what the Knicks issue is like outside of their big 3, Jalen, Cat and OG, you're not getting enough from Josh Hart. You're not getting enough from Mikal Bridges. You're not getting enough from Miles McBride. And I think that's really their issue. Outside of those top 3, it's not like Atlanta, because Atlanta, they've kind of been sleepers. CJ obviously leading the charge. But then you got Johnson, and even if you look at the rest of their players, the wealth is kind of being spread a little bit more. Everyone's kind of functioning in their role, and that's. I think you'll probably get the same problem because you're gonna trade away, Bridges and McBride and get potentially somebody like Giannis. The problem's still gonna remain. So I think that's the issue that they need to fix.
I like this guy.
The Knicks look old, man. The Knicks just look old out there compared to these long and strong and young Atlanta Hawks, man.
And I'm talking to you guys.
No, you don't.
So, hey.
Please, I've aged more than all of you. I'm aging like milk on the show. I've aged more than Nate since we started the show.
I got to catch my breath because I'm old. Okay? We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, Ryan's going to trash my other damn team.
Well, we only got a few minutes, sadly. We've got about 7 minutes to trash the Mets.
We're going to trash the Mets in 7. We'll be right back.
All right.
Folks, welcome back to our second edition of What's Going On in the Experience here on Fox Sports 1280 and iHeartMedia. And we got a new crew member, Ryan V. Introduce our new crew member to everybody. Let them know who we got in the building, because we get professionals up in here. You and I are just like poo-poos, but we get professionals.
Yeah, I mean, usually our contributors are gangster rappers like Fuego Bass and OT The Real, but we have a real life former NFL player, Ray Ray Davison's here, soon to be lawyer. He lasted long enough in the NFL so that he could still become a lawyer afterwards because we see the
you got his
damage.
faculties. You got his faculties. Exactly.
My God. So yeah, a lot of interesting takes, even from our last conversation on the first segment. And if we could start with the Giants picks, because we had some early picks that are very, very exciting. I know Nate wants to start with the Jets as a Jets fan.
No, let's start with the Giants because Ray Ray is our official analyst. So Ray,
I got to ask though, Ray, because what you were saying was that your team, when you were playing with the Chiefs, it was nonstop practice, and that was what contributed to the success of Mahomes and just all the legends that are over there. Obviously,
Kelce and those guys,
and just so many. But that being said, Harbaugh gets a lot of heat, especially now from former Ravens players that are saying that he was practicing them too hard, padded practices the day before the games. And I wonder if that is going to carry over to the New York Giants because their draft picks are just some monsters. I mean, What are your thoughts? Do you think that Harbaugh's practicing these guys too much when you hear these rumors that are floating around?
You know what? I've heard that same sentiment, but I think, you always want balance because you don't want to just let up throughout the season, but because the season is so long, unfortunately injuries, they're inevitable, but you want to be healthy going into as healthy as possible. You're never going to just be 100% healthy. So I think it's really just a balance, listening to the team, but also not being too soft. But Harbaugh's a good coach. He's a winner. He knows what he's doing. But I have heard he likes to practice hard, so I don't. I'm unsure.
So as you break down for my man Rye guy here, the Giants picks, okay? Because I was hoping that Jordan Love went to the Giants. I ain't gonna lie to you. I want to see a little, Barkley situation all over again. But break down the Giants picks because they had the number 2 pick, correct?
Well, we had the number 5 pick.
Okay, 5 pick.
And the guy that many people thought would be drafted around 2 or 3 fell down to us. And that's Arvell Reese out of Ohio State. And I'm very excited because my man
is he an edge rusher? Is he?
Yes.
Davison?
Yes.
Ray, he's an edge rusher?
Yeah, and that's what I was looking to. He's legit. And I think, when it comes to winning, you're talking about the Giants. They've won before, back when Eli was there. And, the key to them winning with, actually their old defensive coordinator was Steve Spagnuolo. He was my defensive coordinator in Kansas City.
Okay.
In order to win football games, you got to run the ball. You got to protect the quarterback. You got to have a defense. And especially in the NFL nowadays, if you don't have somebody that can rush the passer, you're cooked. So that it makes literally, so that makes sense. The Giants, they used their pick, I think, wisely and got a big time edge rusher. That's what you need. Somebody to go get the quarterback.
Now, Ryan, they did trade. Speaking of edge rusher for the Giants, I guess the defense. Didn't they trade Dexter Lawrence? They traded him to Cincinnati, correct?
Yes, for the 10th overall pick in the draft. And the Giants have great edge rushers, but you can never have too many. We got Brian Burns, Thibodeau. They're now talking about trading Thibodeau. I don't know who they're going to get for him, but maybe we'll see as the draft progresses over the next day. We might see him move. That's what the rumors are here in New York. Yeah. And that, like you said, the defense, incredibly important. A lot of people thought we were going to draft, like you said, a running back or a wide receiver, Nate, to go alongside Malik Neighbors, but they're going for rough and tough dudes. And I think that's just more of a testament to Harbaugh. I think he wants like some violent monsters in there to bring back that Giants toughness that we've
mean that Lawrence Taylor?
Yeah.
Harry
Not just
Carson,
Lawrence Taylor. I mean, every time
Harry
we win
Carson
the Super Bowl,
area.
it's something to do with our defense and being tough.
Guys. They were monsters. They were monsters.
And the 10th pick in the draft, I thought made sense. A lot of people, New York, I hear him kind of complaining over here. And they took Francis, I think it's Magoa, right? Is that his name?
Right. Polynesian dude, yeah.
The Polynesian dude, and The Rock was very happy. The Rock took to Twitter. But
where's he from? Where's he from?
Miami.
Ray?
He's from U. That's why my man Greg, I was hoping that he'd be here.
Yeah.
From the U.
What I loved about that pick with the offensive lineman from Miami, you have a guy like Jackson Dart, and So I feel like people are a little bit skeptical about him, but that boy is nice.
Not New York, man. Let me tell you, we're not scared. Maybe a few, I guess like careful.
But if he wants to stick around, Ray and Ryan, if he wants to stick around, you need a big offensive line like that to block for
100%.
He don't get it. Yeah. He think he is a linebacker playing quarterback. And you're not going to ever get him out of that mindset. That's his mindset since Pop Warner.
Totally.
Yo, I'm going to run on you. So if you can't get him out that mindset, get him some blocking.
Right.
At least get the kid some blocks down the field because he'll get you 10, 15. He got an arm, but he just got to figure out how to play more discipline.
Right.
Am I right, Ray Ray? If he does
I agree.
that out.
Yeah, and I mean, I know Scat Pack, Scattaboo, he got hurt, but, when you're looking at this offensive lineman, Francis, you want offensive linemen. You don't want pretty offensive linemen. You don't want offensive linemen that eat with, like they say, with forks and knives. You want offensive linemen that's slobbering, right? That's, that eat with their hands.
Yeah. Ryan's face.
Yeah.
Right. You want these ugly, big behemoth 6'6", 330. Those are the kinds of offensive linemen. Right. You want these big mammoths, right? And that's what they got. So I think 2 great picks for the Giants. 100%.
Okay.
Never too much defense. People are going to get hurt.
Right. How much time we got? Can we go into the Jets right quick?
We got time. We got time.
Okay. So Ryan, pull up the Jets' second pick because they got either edge rusher or who they get.
I mean, they got a big pick. The Jets. They got David Bailey. Yes, an edge rusher, Texas Tech's own.
Okay, so break him down for us, Ray. Break because they said this kid is going to be a winner.
Yeah, it's funny. When I was watching my old alma mater at Cal, David Bailey, I think he transferred from Stanford. So I kind of been watching him for a little bit. And again, you think about, a football team, the most important players on your team. I mean, you just look at the contracts. Quarterback, obviously, you need a winner. And then who gets the next highest contract? It's your edge rushers, right? These dudes getting $100 million contracts because, right, if it's a natural progression. The most important person, quarterback, you got to go. The next person, the person is going to go get the quarterback. Yeah, and so he's just so fluid. He's strong. He's a smart player, and I mean, you can't go wrong with defense like Ryan. You just can't go wrong with edge rushers. You never have enough. You never have enough. So
I got to ask you this because as our expert here, what made the Jets pick David Bailey over Arvell Reese? Is it just that he's ready? I know more people view him as ready to go right now.
And one of the two of them got something with their arms being short. I don't know which one it is.
That's Bane. Yeah, huh? I think that's Bane. Okay, that's Bane from Bane yeah, but he, from what I can tell from Bailey, he's just, I feel like he's just a little bit more relentless. I think they're about the same size from what I can tell, but Bailey, it seems like his trigger and his relentless, I think that his motor, it's kind of, I don't even know if this is a fair comp, but kind of like Crosby from the Raiders. He just never stops. And I think that's, again, what you really want from an edge rusher. It's like, okay, if you get blocked, are you going to just quit on the rush? Or are you going to continue to go? That's if I could guess, right? If I could guess, if I'm, the Jets GM, that's what I believe that they saw in Bailey.
And Arvell Reese also not with the highest GPA in high school. That also kind of
that's crazy.
Did you see that?
What was the GPA?
My man had
0.0?
Pretty much.
Close enough.
It was 0.5.
No. Don't
0.5 GPA. And that's okay. Look, whatever. He's making more money than I'll ever dream of making.
All of us.
And he's way smarter than me. He's a football
two,
genius. Yeah, are you kidding me? I aspire to get that now.
Ray. Yeah. He making some cheddar on that 0.0. He turned that 0.0 into a couple of twos in the front.
Yeah, bunch of zeros. Bunch of zeros to that.
But see, like stuff like that in high school, and this is what I even tell, like when I talk to high schoolers and middle schoolers, you have to try. Yeah, you have to try and get bad grades. Like you just do your homework, you do the bare minimum. A teacher's going to give you a C. So it's like if you have bad grades, you have to like literally do nothing, and that's unacceptable.
That's why it's so.
I'm glad he turned around. Yeah, literally.
That's exactly why. Like how? Because we all know how players are treated in high school.
Right.
You don't even have to do the work.
Right.
How do you get a 0.05 when you're the star athlete in high school? It's the craziest thing.
When do you go to high school?
That I have to look up.
Yeah,
That I
I
have
don't
to look up.
know.
I think. Oh, okay. Let's see. But in defense of Ohio State linebacker Arvell Reese, this isn't just me being a Giants fan. He went from a 0.4 high school GPA to an astounding 3.7 GPA
Right.
at
Right.
Ohio State.
Ohio
I'm sure that
State.
has nothing to do with how great he was at sports betting.
Totally.
Wow.
Hey man,
Oh,
we're gonna take a
man.
quick break, and when we come back, can we break down some more NFL, because I really want to know what the Kansas City Chiefs did, man.
You just don't want to talk about the Mets and the Knicks. Who are you kidding?
I am.
That's 100% what's going on here.
Okay, Ray, okay.
You're not getting out of here without talking about
I will.
Let's go and And by the way, I gotta say this: there's a new Iceman in New York, and he's got slightly more hair than Trae Young. He's looking like a young Trae Young out there. My man, CJ McCollum. We can't.
CJ McCollum is having a flashback.
Yeah.
Hey man, speaking of flashbacks, we're gonna be right back. This is what's going on, the experience here on Fox Sports 1280 with a new correspondent. I'm so happy to have this young brother with us, the lawyer to be, Mr. Ray Ray Davison,
I appreciate
formerly of the
it.
NFL.
Now I see why he brought a lawyer. He brought a lawyer to defend him.
I'm not no silly putty. Your man ain't. I wasn't born yesterday. I might have been born at night, but not last night. And of course, Ryan V, down in NYC, and Greggy, we miss you. Yeah, okay, I guess we do.
No,
we'll
you
be right
don't.
back.
All right.
Hey, folks, we're back for our final segment of what's going on in the experience here on Fox Sports 1280 and iHeartMedia. And we got my man Ryan V down in the Hamptons, and we got our new addition. And I ain't talking about Ralph Tresvant either. I'm talking about Ray Ray Davison. Can you stand the rain, homie, up in this bad boy? That's what I'm talking about. Out of the West Coast, the best coast, but as I said, the East Coast is the East Coast.
Okay.
A former player with the Kansas City Chiefs, and he knows all the insight. He's going to be here with us during this NFL season. Went to All Boys High School. Talk about All Boys High School. Let's talk about the Green Tech, Rochester Education, an elementary charter school here. The standard is excellent. It's for K through 1, kindergarten to first graders. It's a STEM school, science, technology, engineering, and math. They are open for enrollment now, 585-404-8062. Or visit greentechrochester.com. The address is 30 Hart Street, Rochester, New York. So if you got some inquisitive fellas, come on, man, put them down. That's how we do in Rochester. Okay. Don't do like the Mets, though, because we done lost. How many games, Ryan? 12, 13 games in a row. Huh?
13 games in a row. And it hasn't been since 2002. That they lost so many games in a row, and heartbreaking games that were just filled with disappointment and bad play by star players, a lack of Juan Soto. And this is what I want to ask you, Nate. This is the big thing everyone's talking about is Juan Soto didn't keep any communication with his teammates during that losing streak. I mean, it's cool that he came back and they won, but think about that. All those losses in a row, and Soto said because they were out of town, he didn't keep in touch with a single teammate.
Dang.
That just doesn't seem
No. We got the football player on the line on here with us. What do you think about that? If you had a teammate injured, don't contact nobody on the team. What signals does that say to you about him as a teammate?
Yeah, he's a bad teammate. He's just telling you he's out. He's leaving. Bye. I'm Nixon. Peace.
So you think he's going to opt out of the country? And that's what people would. I as a Yankees fan, I was waiting for these conversations to start up, but he did sign to this insane deal. But there is an opt out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and he doesn't seem happy, and Lindor doesn't seem happy either. Imagine being Francisco Lindor and leading the Miracle Mets and bringing the Mets further than they've been since they lost to the Royals in the World Series, and not getting the heroes welcome. I mean, obviously he's always off to a bad start, but people are dissing Lindor so hard. Mets fans are booing this guy, and then you don't even get to go to your own private suite. This new guy, Juan Soto, gets to go to his new private suite in Citi Field to hang out and not speak to any of his teammates. Not a single one.
I'm going to be honest with you, man. As Ray Ray said, that is a signal. I don't think he'll be a Met too much longer. I think he'll use his option. I think he'll use that because remember, even when he came there, when he was playing good, he just didn't mesh to me. I mean, he's a good ball player, but he just seems that always has to have like a little attitude of things ain't going his way. This gives me that impression. I don't know the guy, but that's the vibes he kind of gives me. So at the end of the day, all that money that you make, some people don't want to put up with that. So I'd rather have a superstar in my locker room like Greg Vaughn. Only thing he tell you,
he didn't sign up for this. He had protection, unparalleled protection, with Aaron Judge hitting behind him. Right. Then he goes to the Mets thinking that they wouldn't let Pete Alonso sign a 7-year.
That's not his call, bro. He's a superstar. I don't care who's sitting behind me in front of me. I'm a hit. I don't think Roberto Clemente said who was hitting in front of me, but I don't think Willie Mays said who's hitting. I know Mickey Mantle ain't say that. I don't think any of those guys.
Oh, he didn't have to get Roger Maris hitting.
None of those guys said who's hitting in front of me and in the back of me. They play baseball. That's why I love Greg if you see it, because you say the same thing. Yeah. So that whole nonsense of who's hitting, no, you're a ball player, right?
I get it, but they're not going to pitch to him the same. Like in this day and age, it's kind of a known thing.
Millions of dollars, Ryan. You're a ball player. Hit the damn ball. Yeah. Feel the ball. Run out the first base ground ball. Give me something. Don't give me an attitude. Okay. And at the end of the day, be a good teammate. So what you out? Sit on the bench with everybody. Okay. Rally them around. Give them a high five. Let them know you're there for them. He's not a good, and he wasn't a good fit with the Yankees. That was always the drop on him was that he's a Juan Soto was Juan Solo. That was always the drop on him.
But guess what? You know what? When you have a guy like Aaron Judge in the locker room with you, that commands respect. There was a captain in that locker room already. And that was the notion, was that Juan Soto wanted his own team. He wanted to have people underneath him. He wanted to be the captain. And that was never going to happen with the Yankees. But it doesn't seem like that's what he wanted at all, judging by the way he acts with the New York Mets.
Right.
So what is it, Juan? What is it, Juan? I guess we'll see in a few years.
That's why I call Juan Nodo. It was Juan Nodo because he don't want to play. He want to play when he wants to play. That's why he called Juan Nodo. That's why he Juan Nodo.
And it's truly sad because there's nothing like a happy Juan Soto for all of baseball. Right. To see him shuffling and messing with the pitchers. He's my favorite person to watch it.
But he's always a disgruntled. To me, he's always a disgruntled guy. He just doesn't seem to be happy playing baseball like my man Chico, because baseball was very, very good to him. He don't seem like baseball is good to him. He don't.
Right.
So the absolute opposite of Jalen Brunson, who, as we know, and now it's really looking like he's going to be missing out on some money, because if you're the Knicks, you are not going to rebuild. Right, and Leon Rose, he's going to be the first to get fired. The team that he, for some reason, built around a point guard that.
Well, the first thing the Knicks should have did, and we're going to close with this, when they got Mike Brown as coach, and I told you this, they should have got rid of Rick Brunson as the assistant coach, and I told you that. And I said, because that brings too much drama, because now I got to play your kid. If you're in the bench, I'm not playing him. He's screwing up. Shut up, Rick. So I don't have to say none of that, because Rick ain't on the bench with me. So when I make decisions regarding Jalen Brunson, I don't got Rick in my ear. And that was a mistake on Mike Brown's part. I would have got rid of Rick Brunson at the same time I got rid of Thibodeau. That's what I would have did. Because it makes it easier for you to coach Jalen Brunson.
Chirping in your ear.
Fair enough. And it's that time, Nate. But before we go, I want everybody to go to Fox Sports Radio, WGO.com, or go to @What's Going On Sports on all social media platforms, especially Instagram.
And also, Ray, where can we find you?
You can find me, same Ray Ray Davison, one word. Not like the Harley, Davison. That's it.
Okay. So
y'all having me.
Instagram?
Yeah, Instagram. You can find me on X, which formerly known as Twitter. I'm like, it's Twitter. And Facebook. Cool. Yeah, it's all the same.
All right, man.
It was great having you, man. Thanks for joining us. Man, we can't wait to have you back.
Did I do good, Ryan?
Oh, you guys, man. We're on a roll. Nate, look at you. You're leaving great first impressions. And it's a good thing that Greg wasn't here to flame us both, because he would have been attacking the Yankees too for anything good. Shouts to Greg. Follow Greg Vaughn 23 also if you're out there listening. Of course, The Ryan Show and Nate Brown, Fox Sports Radio.
Until next time, and get some of that wine that Greg has. GV23.com. Get that vino. We'll be back next week. God spares our lives. Peace.